Okay, so these are my guys. They've been helping me. They're pretty much the experts. Whenever I have a question, I ask them. So today we're going to get a little interview from them. So let's start with Josh on this one. Josh, you can introduce yourself.
I'm Josh. I'm 32. I've been building since I was 18, on and off. My dad's a general contractor, so I got my first job right in high school, last summer of high school. I framed for a few years, left the country for a couple years, kind of came back to framing when I got home. Then I went to college, kind of did what I was supposed to do, got my degree in English literature. Started teaching high school and just really missed building. I quit my teaching job to go out of state to Hawaii and build a house. I've just fallen in love again with building, and mainly I frame, and I've done quite a bit of concrete as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Okay, Matt.
My name is Matthew. I'm 26 years old, and I've been building stuff with my dad ever since I was a little kid, I guess. So just seemed fit to keep building stuff. Jack of all trades.
Cool.
Been building all sorts of things since I was young.
Mikey.
Mikey Berlin. I've been framing for 2 years now. I'll be 27 on Thanksgiving. I got into construction probably about the age of 14. I helped my uncle do landscaping, and then we got into building fences, vinyl fences, wood fences, decks. And then in high school, I did cabinet making for a class, and that turned out to be a career path I wanted to go into. So a couple of years ago, my buddy Jake McIntosh asked me if I wanted to come frame, and so that's what I've been doing ever since.
Hey guys, why do you like your job, and what is your area of expertise? Let's start with Josh again.
I just love watching things go up. I've been framing mostly I've framed houses, so basically taking it from the concrete or the foundation up, through the roof. And I just love watching walls go up, watching things look square, and things kind of come together like Legos.
I like framing because at the end of the project, it's really satisfying to see the house that you built and all the hard work that you put into it. And I like working hard, and I like working outside.
Area of expertise?
I'm just kind of like a jack of all trades, I guess. I don't really have one particular area that I'm more versed than others.
Mikey?
I would have to say that the reason that I like framing the most is I get to see the reactions of homeowners when they come and walk through their house as it goes up. So they get to see the process, and then at the end of it, they're just super excited. And sometimes you go back to those houses after they're all finished, and they just cry.
So you do like it when I walk in and get all excited?
I do. I like to interact with the customers or the homeowners. As far as area of expertise goes, I would say just building and cutting and nailing.
Let's start with Matt on this one. Would you build your own house, Matt?
I would definitely build my own house.
I would for sure build my own house.
Yes, absolutely.
What is the biggest money pit you see in building houses? Let's start with Mikey.
Wasted lumber. A lot of builders don't use up their lumber wisely. You can use a lot of your scraps to cut up blocks for drywall backing and stuff like that. So it's really easy to lose some of that waste, but you also create a lot of waste throughout the whole project, and I think that would be the biggest.
I'd pretty much agree with Mikey. Lumber waste is a big thing.
I totally agree. Lumber waste is the biggest, but then again, there's also some labor. A lot of contractors end up making just giant amounts of money off people that don't understand, construction and the hours that go in. So I think just being savvy as a homeowner would help.
Josh, in your opinion, what are the hardest areas of a house to build or to get right?
That's a tough one. I think getting the foundation correct would probably be the most important and most difficult part of a build. And then everything after that goes either smoothly or not so smoothly.
I would say keeping everything perfectly square and level, because when things start to get out of level, it transfers to other things and then comes back to bite you in the ass later.
I would have to agree with Josh and Matthew on that one. The most important part of a house is its foundation. So the foundation is really hard to get right and square. It's really important that that is square, because once you start building up on your foundation, your numbers should be the same from the ground up. I think that's the most important. Squaring and keeping your numbers the same.
What area, if there is one, do you think everyone should do themselves?
I think everybody should learn how to do it the correct way, or maybe spend a couple of days on another job site and then take what they've learned and apply it to their own home. It's a hard
I
one.
think,
That is.
yeah, people are so varied that is a tough one. But I think being involved, no matter what, will allow you to see opportunities to say, hey, I can do that. Because construction's not rocket science, but it is difficult. It is a skill. So
You have to
just
follow
being
the
involved.
steps.
Any suggestions on how to make sure the people that you hire are the real deal?
Just vet them, like call their last boss, and see what he says. Sometimes you have to call a couple bosses, but just get a reference or two.
Yeah, I guess you just have to trust your gut. But referencing their previous employers is a great thing too.
I would say that that is a good thing to do, is to reference a previous employer, but also I'm a pretty good judge of character, so whatever my gut says, I usually tend to go with. Most importantly, I think if you're going to do a contract with something or hire anybody to do work, you should get it in writing.
Do you usually work by the hour or by the job?
I'm usually paid hourly.
Mikey?
I've been paid hourly, and I've been paid salary, I guess you'd.
Josh?
I've been doing a lot of my own bidding lately, but I prefer hourly.
If you could build any type of house, what would it be?
If I could build any type of house for myself, it would be an earthship made of dirt and recycled tires and stucco and about
Cool.
halfway buried underground.
Awesome. Mikey?
I really like the idea of using storage containers, but I also am a big fan of rough sawn timbers, so I think that I would try to incorporate storage containers and like posts and beam setup with a lot of open glass, probably.
Mm-hmm. Josh?
I'm a mix of both of those. I'm getting ready to build a straw bale, kind of timber frame with some rough sawn timber, and I'm with Matt. I'd build an earthship with passive heating and cooling, and just take my time on it.
I like the idea of renewable energy and like geothermal heating, maybe, or like solar energy.
Favorite tool to use and why?
My stiletto hammer, because it moves things and puts things into position for me to nail them together, and it's a really good back scratcher.
Josh, how about you?
I think that my favorite and least favorite tool, but the most important one are my bags. Just a
Okay.
good set of bags with a lot of tools in them. I have to wear them, and I get a lot more done.
I do love a nail gun though. Nail guns get shit done quick.
Where do you look when you have building questions?
Internet. These days, I just get on YouTube and look up some reliable sources. I also use a lot of my contacts. I call people all the time, friends, family members who are in construction who have been doing it longer than me. And I probably wear them out completely, and I owe them huge favors, but I call them a lot.
Matt?
There's an old contractor, Mikey Brooks, that I used to work for. He's a great guy.
Same.
He answers just damn near any question I ever had about construction.
As far as questions go for each county or city, my favorite place to go would be the inspector.
So what I'm hearing is it's best to call people who know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Fastest way to
Yeah.
get an answer.
Know what they're talking about, or you could open a book real quick and just tell you what the rule is for that county.
What are your thoughts when someone wants to build their own house?
When somebody wants to build their own house, my thoughts would be probably good luck.
You think they should go for it,
It's a really
or?
hard thing to do. I think everybody should go for it. Honestly, it's a good thing to learn. It's kind of one of those things that if you don't know what you're doing, you just learn as you go.
I think if you have an opportunity to build your own house, you absolutely should do it. You'll end up saving all kinds of money. You'll end up learning a lot and being able to kind of be involved in the build to the point where you get to make decisions. You know, are we going to go really OCD on this part, or are we just going to get it done?
Mm-hmm.
And it really is doable. It is a ton of work. I'm with Mikey. You know, good luck, but absolutely go for it.
Last one. For anyone who wants to answer it, do you have any advice for someone who has no idea what they're doing and wants to build their own house?
Research. Just get on the web, read books, ask people. If you're really interested, you'll figure it out. Like I said, it's not rocket science. It's something you can learn pretty quickly. and you'll probably end up doing it kind of better than the contractor if you do your research right.
I would say that the internet is full of information. YouTube is a pretty great source of information as far as how to do things. You just really need to be careful of what advice you take from the internet because it may not apply to where you're building at.
Okay, thanks you guys. You've been awesome, and I can't wait to share this.